Welcome everybody for the Srimad Bhagavatam session on the Lord's incarnation as Matsya. So, in the previous chapters, we have discussed how the Lord has incarnated as a dwarf Brahmana called Vamana, and in the pretext of begging 3 pieces of land from Bali Maharaja, he actually took away the entire universe from Bali Maharaja, and he delivered it to Indra, who happens to be his brother, because both are born of Aditi and Kashyapa. So after that, the Lord tested Bali Maharaj by asking him to fulfill his promise by offering him the third step which he has promised, and he failed to. And he tested Bali Maharaj's surrender uh, in that way. And Bali Maharaj, being a pure devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead by the association of a pure devotee, Prahlad Maharaj, he actually offered his own self, signifying his supreme devotion and emblemizing the one aspect of Navavidha Bhakti, that is Atmanivedana. So, in that way, he became the epitome and emblem of Atmanivedana, offering full surrender to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, teaching all of us that we cannot actually hold back anything when it comes to serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So the Lord equally rewarded Bali Maharaj, and more than what he actually could have got if he could have gone with the normal course of karmic activities. He not only got the Indra post which he desired, but also he was given a more comfortable position than Indra in the Sutala planetary system. And he could have enjoyed there. He could enjoy there. He is currently living there in Sutala planets. He will stay there till the end of this Manvantara. And in the next Manvantara, as he desired, he will become the next next Indra in the next Manvantara, 8th Manvantara, Sarvani Manvantara. So that is the Lord's reciprocation in the devotees. And Prahlad Maharaj, being his grandfather, along with Lord Brahma, they appreciated his the Lord's activities. And this conversation is going on between the sages of Naimisharanya to start with, and Suta Goswami is citing a conversation between Sukadeva Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj. And Parikshit Maharaj here is getting a question. This is the seed for describing the Matsya incarnation of the Supreme Lord. So in this chapter, we will briefly describe what are the activities of the Lord as Matsya, which happened at the end of 6th Manvantara and in the beginning of the 7th Manvantara. With that introduction, we would like to start this class today. Shri Rajo Vacha Bhagavan Shrotrumichhami Hareradbhuta Karmanaha Avatara Katha Madhyam Maya Matsya Vidambanam Bhagavan Shrotumichhami. Bhagavan is addressing, O most powerful one. So here Bhagavan is not the Supreme Lord. Here Bhagavan is Sukadeva Goswami. Bhagavan Shrotum Ichhami. I want to hear what Harer Adbhuta Karmanaha. So I want to hear about the glorious and wonderful activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Hare Hari Adbhuta Karmanaha Avatara Katha. His in his various incarnations, the stories, the past times which happened and in the various incarnations. Adyam Maya Matsya, the first fish incarnation, which is Vidamban, which is actually misleading, which is like actually cheating. Maya Matsya Vidambana. The Lord, He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but He appears to have taken birth as a fish, a lower animal. So how is that? That the Lord has taken this form as a lower animal, that is a fish. Then he's continuing, Yadartham karma adadat rupam matsyam loka jugupsitam tamah prakriti durmarsham karmagrasta iveshwaraha. He's saying, Karmagrasta iva Ishvaraha, as if the as if a jiva is bound by karmagrasta, and taken over by karma, Ishvaraha, but he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yad ardham karma adadat. So what is the purpose for which the Lord has taken this form? Yadardham karma adadat rupam. What kind of purpose he has to achieve by taking this cheating form as a fish? He is Hari, he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he is Ishvara, he is the Supreme Controller of everything. And how is that he taken the form of Matsya, which is actually misleading, and Loka Jugupsitam, and it is actually condemned. Jugupsitam means which is condemned. Condemned why? Because Tama Prakriti Dharmarsham. So it is actually the fish is considered to be in the mode of ignorance. Tama Prakriti. Durmarsham. Durmarsham means Durmarsham. What Prabhupada says. Which is certainly painful and condemned. So Durmarsham means painful. Jugupsitam. Jugupsitam means abnormal. Not very favorable in this world. There is one more verse. Etanna bhagavan sarvam yathavat vaktumarhasi uttama shloka charitam sarvaloka sukhavaham. Then someone may ask, so if it is so condemned, why are you actually talking about it? Why to, we are here for a serious subject here. So Sukadeva Goswami is speaking to Parikshit Maharaj when he has decided to fast until death. He has been cursed by Shringi to die in 7 days. Now, in this point of time, why to discuss about such subject which is actually irrelevant, and there are so many abominable things in this world which are happening. Why are we actually going to discuss this? No, here it is the reason. Etanno Bhagavan Sarvam Yathavat Bhaktum Arhasi Uttama Shloka Charitam Sarvaloka Sukhavaham. So whatever is connected to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead are Sarva Loka Sukhavaham. So they give happiness to all the worlds. So therefore, Etat no nah Bhagavan Sarvam. O Bhagavan, O most powerful Sukadeva Goswami, therefore I wish to hear about all these pastimes. Etan no Bhagavan Sarvam Yathavat, as it is, Vaktum Arhasi. If you think that I am fit to hear them, please talk about the Uttama Shloka, the Lord who is glorified with choice poetry. Please actually describe his pastimes to me. This was he saying. And Srila Prabhupada is saying that the form of a fish is certainly condemned and full of terrible pain. Akhumarshana, Durmarshanam, Prakriti Durmarshanam. Still, the why did the Lord accept this incarnation? And kindly explain. So, why do the Lord appear? The purpose of the Lord's appearance is described in the Bhagavad Gita. That is, yada yada hi dharmasya glanihi bhavati bharata. So, yada yada hi dharmasya glanihi bhavati. So, whenever there happens a decline of religion, abhyudhanam adharmasya, and there appears a rise of irreligion, tada atmanam srujamyaham. So I appear by my own internal potency. That's what the Lord is saying. So therefore, the Lord's appearance is actually to rescue the dharma and to re-establish the dharma and to subdue the adharma. So that is the Lord's purpose of coming. So, what is that kind of adharma which has happened? We will come to know in the next verse. So, Vamana Deva, in the previous incarnation, he appeared to save devotee, Bali Maharaj. We could have thought otherwise, that Vamana Deva came to save Indra. But the Acharyas are saying the Vamana Deva appeared to save Bali Maharaj. Why? Because he is happy with the devotional service offered by Bali Maharaj. Therefore, in the pretext of saving Indra, he came. Similarly, when the Supreme Personality of Godhead accepts the form of Matsya, his pastimes are wonderful to save someone. So, what is that? We will come to know in the next verses. Sri Suta Uvacha. Now the focus is shifting to again back to Suta Goswami. Ityukto Vishnuratena Bhagavan Badarayanihi Uvacha Charitam Vishnor Matsya Rupena Yatkrutam Iti Ukto Vishnuratena. So Parikshit Maharaj is called Vishnu Rata, having saved by Vishnu in the womb of his mother Uttara. When he was about to be killed, actually he was practically killed. He was burnt by the weapon thrown by Ashwadhama, the Brahmastra. Actually, it burnt the embryo, but the Lord revived him, entering the womb of Uttara in his four-handed form, holding his Shankha, Chakra, Gada and Hasta. The Chakra offered protection to the baby in the womb. Therefore, Parikshit Maharaj is called Vishnu Rata. Iti yukto Vishnu Ratena. So, iti yukto Vishnu Ratena. So, having said by Vishnu Rata in this way, having questioned by, inquired by Vishnu Rata in this way, Bhagavan Badarayani Uvacha. So, his Badarayani means who is the son of Badarayana. So Badarayana Vyasa. So Vyasadeva is the father of Sukadeva Goswami, who is also called Badarayana. So he is Badarayani. So Bhagavan Badarayani Uvacha. Sukadeva Goswami replied. So what did he reply? Charitam Vishnur Matsya Rupena Yatkrutam. So he described the Vishnu Charita. that pastimes of Lord Vishnu, Matsya Rupena, in the form of Matsya, Yat Krutam, as he did. Sri Sukha Uvacha Goviprasura sadhunam Chandasam apicheswaraha Raksham ichham stanur dhatte Dharmasya ardhasya chaivahi. This is the purpose of the Lord's incarnation. So, why did the Lord appear as a Matsya? This is the thing. O king, for the sake of protecting the cows, brahmanas, demigods, devotees, the Vedic literatures, religious principles, and principles to fulfill the purpose of life, the Supreme Personality of Godhead accepts the form of incarnations. Go, Vipra, Sura, Sadhuna, Chandasam, Api Cha Ishwaraha, Raksham Ichham, Tanur Dhatte, Dharmasya Ardhasya Chaivahi. So the purpose of the Lord's incarnation is to protect the cows, go, Vipra, the Brahmanas, Sura, the Devatas, Sadhunam, Sadhunam are the sages, Rishis are the saintly people, Chandasam, the Vedas, Api, then Dharmasya, the Dharma, religious principles, then Ardhasya, the purpose of the Vedic principles. So the Lord incarnates to fulfill these things in this world. Why does the Lord incarnate to fulfill these purposes? Because when these principles are protected, there can be harmony in this world. And when there is a harmony in this world, one can have proper time to actually one can have proper time to practice Krishna consciousness. So the Lord, wherever he is described as Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha, Namo Brahmanya Devaya, Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha, Jagat Hitaya Krishnaya, Govindaya Namo Namaha, Namo Brahmanya Devaya. So he is the Brahmanya Deva, and Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha. He is Go Brahmana Hita. He actually does benefit. He actually protects the cows and the brahmanas. So wherever there is a problem for these two elements, the Lord especially becomes careful and vigilant, and he incarnates and he makes sure that these two people are taken care. So the Lord, when he appeared as Krishna, he actually showed respect to Sudama Brahmana. When Sudama Brahmana went to Dwaraka, the Lord is sitting along with his queens. But to show how the society needs to actually respect a Brahmana, the Lord got up from his seat. He was a king, and Sudama Vipra is a very poverty-stricken Brahmana, otherwise in his tattered clothes. So from the social perspective and the economical status of Sudama Vipra, there is no comparison. However, the Lord, to give an example to the society, how a Brahmana shall be respected, he got up from his seat. He made Sudama Vipra sit on his bed, and he made his queen, Empress Rukmini, fan him, and he washed his feet. He drank that water. He put the water on his head, and also he actually put the water on everybody present there, including his wives. So this is how a Brahmana shall be offered respect. And then he made him so comfortable. This is the same thing when he did when Rukmini sent out a Brahmana to save her, to give the message, to actually save her from coming under the clutches of Shishupala, a forceful marriage. So the same thing the Lord did with that Brahmana also. So the Lord is telling to the world how important is these two elements, these two people in a society for the functioning of the world, the cow and a Brahmana. So without protection of the cows and without the protection of Brahminical principles, there cannot be the fulfillment of the aim of life. The aim of the life is actually to reach home back to Godhead. So to fulfill that purpose, the society has to come into the mode of goodness. And these two beings, the cow and the Brahmana, are the symbol of the mode of goodness. They are the symbol of the religious principles. When these two elements are protected, then the society can be steered onto the path of self-realization, and then the purpose of life can be achieved very smoothly. That is the significance of Go Brahmana Hitayacha, Go Vipra Sadhunam Chandasamapi. So when Go Vipra are protected, then the Sura Sadhu Chandasa Dharmasya Ardhasya, this Dharma Ardha, they are automatically taken care of. उच्चावचेषु भूतेषु चरन्वायुरिवेश्वरः नोच्चावचत्वं भजते निर्गुणत्वात् धियो गुणैः. उच्चावचेषु भूतेषु, उच्च अवच, उच्च अवच येषु. So uccavacheshu means higher and lower, bhuteshu means beings. Charan, so moving, charan means moving. Vayur iva ishwaraha. So the Lord is the supreme controller, but he is moving as if air is moving among the higher and lower species of life. Na uccavachatvam bhajate. So na uccha avachatvam bhajate. So the bhajate means accepted. So although Lord is moving among the higher, lower and lower species of life, he will not accept the guna. He will not accept the reactions incurred in course. The example is of air. So the air goes through different parts, different places, carrying the aromas, but the air itself becomes untouched, uncontaminated. So, like the air passing through different types of atmosphere, different types of places, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, although appearing sometimes as human being and sometimes as a lower animals, like Ucchavacheshu, is always transcendental. Na Ucchavachatvam bhajate. He does not accept those higher and lower natures, because he is nirgunatvat dhiya gunaihi. He is transcendental, beyond all material qualities. Nirgunatvat dhiya, generally gunaihi, by the modes of material nature. So the Supreme Lord is the master of the material nature. He is saying mayadhyakshena prakriti suyate sacharacharam. Therefore, being the controller of the laws of nature, the Lord cannot be under their influence. So, therefore, although the air passes through many places where there can be fragrances and there can be ugly odors, bad odors, the air itself does not become contaminated. So, why does then what is the difference between the jiva who is in that condition, experiencing those atmospheres, those lower and higher species of life? Why does he get entangled and why does the Lord does not get entangled? The reason is that Purusha Prakriti Stohi Bhunkte Prakriti Jan Gunan. So the the jiva actually he wants to enjoy bhunte. When he wants to enjoy the material nature, then prakriti jan gunan. So when the jiva wants to enjoy this material nature, he accepts the qualities of the material nature, and therefore by accepting the qualities of material nature, he actually gets entangled. But the Lord is not like that. Karanam guna sangosya. So because of the affinity towards the modes of material nature and the objects of enjoyment in this world, the living entity gets entrapped in the material tabernacle, but the Lord, he doesn't accept. Na uchavachatvam bhajate. So he doesn't accept the modes of material nature and the higher and lower grades which were created by the modes of material nature, because he is situated in transcendence. Nirgunatvat bhajate gunai. So he actually is situated above the modes of material nature. Therefore, when Lord comes as an incarnation here, people mistake him that as if he is also one of us, but actually the Lord is not one of us. The Lord is separate from one of us. Although he is among one of us, he is actually transcendental to the material nature and transcendental to the material concept of life. He is always situated in transcendental position. Whether he is in the spiritual world or he is in the material world, he maintains his position as transcendental. That's the thing. So therefore, the few foolish people think that we are one of them, but the Lord is not. Avajananti ma moodaha manushin tanumasritaha parambha avajananto mambu bhuta maheshwara. They do not actually know my real nature. Avajananti ma moodaha. Those who are foolish and those who are ignorant, they don't understand the Lord's position. Therefore, they actually equate the Lord to be one of the conditioned souls, but the Lord is not. Asidati kalpante brahmo naimitiko layah samudropaplutas tatra loka bhur adayo nrupa. He's saying asid atita kalpate. So he is situated. Asid atita. Atita means past. Kalpa ante, at the end of kalpa. And Brahmo Naimitiko Layaha. So Brahma means Brahmaha means the day of Brahma. Brahmi. Naimittika Layaha. So it is there are destructions which happen in this universe at certain periodic intervals. So there is Nitya Pralaya, there is Naimittika Pralaya, and there is Atyantika Pralaya. There are different kinds of inundation and destruction which happens in this universe. There is here it is Naimitiki, Nimitta, because of some reason here. Nimitta cause, means Naimittika Laya hai. I don't know whether Vishnu Chakravarti told this anything about this here. Prabhupada didn't say. But this is a temporary inundation which happened when Lord Brahma went to sleep in Brahma's day. Samudra upaplutas tatra. Samudra upaplutaha. So the whole world was taken over by the ocean, was covered by the ocean, inundated by the ocean. Loka bhur adayon rupa. So all the planets were actually inundated. So what are those planets? Bhur adayo. Bhu, bhuva, swaha. All these lokas were covered by the ocean. So you may think, we see that the ocean here, it is only on the ground level. So at the most, the ocean can cover the earth. So how does the ocean cover those planets which are in the sky? But here it is described that the three worlds are covered by the water of the ocean. So what idea we have of the universe doesn't seem to be fitting in this context. So we, from the scientific understanding, we have a perception of the universe that this is in this way. But here it is saying that even those planets which are in the sky, they have been covered by the water of ocean. So that we will get clarity when we actually study fifth canto, the geography of the universe. However, the point here to be noted is the scientific understanding actually doesn't cater sufficient information of the universe. It is only perception based. Whatever we can perceive, we derive some conclusion, inference from there. And that is prone with errors because our objects of inference, our inference derived from the incomplete instruments, that knowledge will always remain incomplete. So it's a perception based knowledge that may or may not be the actual reality of the thing which we are perceiving. कालेनागत निद्रस्य धातुः शिशैशोर बलि मुखतो निसृतां वेदान् हयग्रीवो अंतिके अहरत kalena, because of time, at the end of Brahma's day, agata nidrasya, when he felt sleepy. So because of time, so like we get sleep when it becomes night, the Lord Brahma at the end of his day also got sleep. At the end of his day, he felt sleepy. Dhata means Lord Brahma. Shishaishoho, desiring to lie down to sleep. Bali, very powerful. Mukhatah nisrutan. So from his mouth, Vedam nisrutan. The Vedas appeared. So, and then what happened? Hayagrivo Antike. So nearby there is a Hayagriva who is reciting, and he actually Aharad. He stole the Vedas from him. So we'll continue, then we'll talk about this. Jnatva taddaanavendrasya Hayagrivasya cheshtitam nadharasafari rupam Bhagavan Haririshwaraha Jnatva Danavendrasya Hayagrivasya Cheshtitam. Danavendrasya Hayagrivasya Cheshtitam Jnatva Tad Dadhara Safarim Rupam. So, understanding the Cheshta, the activities of the demon, great demon, Danava Indra, who is the king of the demons, Hayagriva, the Supreme Lord, understanding this, Bhagavan Harihi, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Hari, who is full of all opulences, Bhagavan, he assumed the form of fish, Sapari Rupam Dadhara, and saved the Vedas by killing him. That is inferred here. Dadhara Saparim Rupam Bhagavan. He actually took the form of a fish. Tatra Raja Rishi Kaschin Namna Satyavrato Mahan Narayana Parota Atapat Tapaha Salilasanaha. So during the so here Prabhupada is starting with Chakshusha Manvantara because this is not mentioned in the verse here. Okay. So that is actually given by Acharyas. Okay, let us go ahead. Tatra Rajarshi Kaschan Namna Satyavrata Mahan. Narayana Paro Atapat. So there is a Rajarshi who is great saintly king named Satyavrata Namna Mahan Narayana Paro. So he is always Narayana Para. He is a great devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he performed austerities, tapaha. He performed austerities and penances. Salila asanaha. Asana means drinking water, and salila asanaha means he only drank water. So this Satyavrata Rajarshi, who is a saintly king, who is a great devotee of Narayana, Supreme Personality of Godhead, there was some Satyavrata Muni, Satyavrata king. There is one king, Kaschit Satyavrata Mahan Narayana Paro. So he actually performed austerities by only drinking water to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay? Is there any questions we will take? Otherwise, we will talk about it.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, can I ask one question?
Yeah.
Prabhuji, Hayagriva is also the one of the incarnations of Lord Vishnu, and then he is demon also, Prabhuji.
No, this Hayagriva is different. This is demon Hayagriva, that is Lord Hayagriva. Okay. Vendra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.